Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending another great episode of the Real Estate Podcast. My name is Si Wing Yi from the Yi Real Estate Network, and my special guest is Ms. Maureen McCann from Spartan Invest. And with that said, today's topic will be do not sell unless DDD, not to be confused with ADD.
Which is what I have badly.
A lot of people have ADD. That's why we need to make this video short and sweet.
Short.
So with that said, here's the headline right here: buy low, sell high, not buy low and sell low, which is a lot of people are doing right now in these days. So, Maureen, what are your thoughts? What DD means death, disability, and divorce.
Divorce. The big D's.
Yeah, the trifecta of what not to do. So, anyway, so DDD. So,
Yeah.
So what's your takeaway? What comes to mind when you see this?
What comes to mind is this is like, I think of this. How many people have you talked to, C Wing, who have sold a property and then they turn around and said, I wish I didn't do that. I wish I held on to it for a little longer.
So much over the years. So there's so much regret. I mean, I talk to my investors for the past 20 years. I've been doing this, and I couldn't even go over how many times people express remorse and regrets by not buying rental properties back in the old days, and even right now.
Yeah. So unless you're dying and you need to sell to cover funeral costs, do not sell your home.
As a matter of fact, before you say anything more, the DDD, death, disability, and divorce, under all this stressful scenario, one, if they really want to try hard enough, they can still keep those properties, even under the worst adverse conditions. But
I would advise that too. I mean, you and I know that, I'll just use my sister as an example. She sold her property. It was a triplex in Jersey, as a matter of fact. And she was concerned because the property next door had gone vacant and she thought her property values were going to come down. And she doesn't have the data. She didn't understand. I'm just trying to tell her to keep it, but she just didn't understand the housing shortage across the nation, and even in particular in her neighborhood. And so she wound up selling. And you know what she's been doing ever since she sold that property, C Wing? She's been tracking its value that she let go I think it's been 2 years now. But she's been tracking the value, and she now calculates how much money she's lost because she didn't hold on to it and keep it as a rental versus she just decided to sell it. So she used emotion and not fact to sell the property. Now, as a result, she spends, I don't know, I check in with her daily, but it's a common thread in the conversation. She's still going back and looking at, oh, now it's valued at this, and now I would have made this much more if I just sold it now versus back then. And I don't want to play that game, and nor do I want investors to play that game, because it messes with your mind. So if you can buy it and hold on to it, which is called long-term buy and hold, whether it's your primary or any kind of investment property, don't sell. I would hold on to it because of the fundamentals of investing.
I'm telling you, the people right now, I go over the Redfin weekly data, and I provide the weekly videos about each specific market on my YouTube channel, and I cover many cities, and nationwide, the Redfin data have shown that there are about 500,000 people right now are putting the houses for sale right now as we speak. Right now, September 2022. I'm telling you, if I were a person wanting to sell, get ready to sell, I'm gonna have to really think fast and hard before I need to sell. And I tell you, those 500,000 people, they are selling their homes right now. I bet you in a few years later, the majority of them will regret it. because they're selling at a wrong time, right? We go through a slight market correction, right? Which is
Mhm.
potentially a healthy market, believe it or not. You can sustain the triple, the double, triple digit appreciation. You can't sustain itself. So we go through a slight correction, going to a healthier market. But for those sellers, I see some price drops from listings across the nation. I mean, and because of the emotional aspects of the real estate market, and people have a lot of fears about the economy and whatever, they're selling by emotions. They're selling without any thinking the long-term consequences of why they're selling now. So, but you and I know, you hold your property. I know people have reasons to sell. Everybody have a life
Yep,
situation. They
true.
must do it, and I mean, it's okay. We understand. But for those people that are using a FOMO, fear of missing out, or they want to sell because they think the market going to crash or whatever, they are in for a rude awakening a few years down the road. They're going to regret it like they never have been. So mark my words as I'm saying this on this video. Today's September 2022. So yeah, it's very, very sad. People use too much emotions. They don't think about it. They don't go through the rational, the logical things of what's going on with their lives, and it's very, very sad for me to hear this. People are selling at the wrong time, at a somewhat of a down market right now, correction in market. So, what are your thoughts around the whole big picture?
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's understandable because you may maybe you just catch a subject line or a headline. You don't even really read the whole article, but it's like it induces that sense of fear, and then it's like I've got to take action now because I don't know what the market's going to do, and 6 months from now, 12 months from now, and so I'm feeling the pinch and I got to get out when or the market's at the highest it's ever going to be, so I need to capitalize out now before I lose out. And again, all that's fear based, losing out and missing out versus just kind of using and some investors just don't, or some people just don't know where to go to get the data to really make it, um, to have concrete facts to then make an informed decision versus just looking at a headline and then using that headline that induces fear, and then it causes them to do something maybe prematurely, like it did with my sister, and now she lives with regret and just keeps going back and looking at the property that she sold and how much it's worth today. So we could probably spare you guys from a lot of that pain if you would just really focus on what is right for you. And like Seaweed said, sometimes you got to sell, because it could be as death, disability, or divorce, the 3Ds. But don't throw, it shouldn't be, it's not DDDF. It's not fear on the end of that and emotion. And so you use that fear and emotion to make a decision. But you'll know if you're in a situation where you need to sell, and if you do sell it, but if you are I guess here's the thing that I'd say: recognize and question what you are basing your financial decision on. And if it's logic and reason, forge ahead. If it's fear, stop and question yourself. Go get more data, is what I would say.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the news media, the YouTube channel, for God's sake, you click on any YouTube videos, you will see 90% of the real estate YouTube videos are clickbait. They have this the C word, the crash word, the R word, the recession word, and then they have this big minus 50%, minus 80%. Oh, crash is gonna happen. Why not say minus 100%? The entire value of a house decreased to zero value. So this kind of doom and gloom video has I use the word B word, brainwashed the gullible consumers out there, the gullible homeowners out there, the gullible renters that want to buy a house. They are being brainwashed by the news media, all this negativity, all these clickbait videos. It is so sad that the YouTube providers out there, and you know who you are. I mean, you are destroying someone's American dream. You are using the fear mentality to paralyze people. So you paralyze people, not the renters not buying because of you guys, and the homeowners that most of you have so much equity sitting in your house. Most of you have locked into the amazing 3% 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Why do you need to sell unless you suffer from these 3Ds, the DDD that we talk about? So your final thought? I mean, I know we only got about a couple of minutes. It's just, you know, it's just so sad. People are just having succumbed themselves to this brainwashing, conditioning, whatever, deprogramming. Just really pisses me off. Really, pisses me off.
I know why it pisses you off, because you're so, this is what I adore about you, Suing, is that you care about people and you are so passionate. When you see a disservice that is just so grotesque, and how it derails people because of these clickbaiters that are using fear to win more advertising dollars for themselves, but squash the American dream for the listener. And that is infuriating. That is frustrating. You should be PO'd about that. And that is why you call me every week and you're like, let's do 4 more modules. Let's do 5 more modules, because you're on a mission to silence, squash, redirect, pivot, get investors off of that noise and into sound, solid, factual, real data that would make a huge difference in their life. And this is why I love doing this with you, because it comes from such a genuine place of really wanting to care, and not wanting to care, genuinely caring and wanting to make a difference in the lives of those who listen and decide to silence and turn off and not listen to those types, and really focus on their financial future. Because who is paying to anyone? Who is paying attention? Do you think Biden is paying attention to any of our financial futures? Do you think any government leader is paying attention to our financial future? The only one that should be paying attention to our financial future is the individual who is taking care of their family. And they are relying on quality, reputable, real, true data to make decisions. And if they're being persuaded or brainwashed, or people are using neuro-linguistic programming on them to make them think a different way so they can go in the direction of that particular speaker, so because that speaker can make money off of their fear. Whereas you and I are working on, here is facts, fundamentals, quality data that you can get from any resource. Here are the reliable resources. All you need to do is trust but verify, right? Because if you actually listen to what we are saying, then we know that financially you and your family will be okay, right? You will be better off today than if you were to listen to us, than if you were to listen to the clickbaiters with all the crash and chaos and bubbles and this and that. It's easy to get usurped into it, but you allow that to happen to you. And you cannot allow that to happen to you. And Seawing is this beacon, this voice, this light at the end of the tunnel to say, stop listening to that, start paying attention here, right? Every week we're doing modules over and over again, sometimes saying the same things, but you have to hear it multiple times to get it and to shut out that noise. So I love your passion. I appreciate your effort. I love what you're doing. I will constantly and continuously support you while you're doing it, because you and I are in alignment.
Absolutely, Maureen. Once again, I got nothing to add. You have some really powerful emotional message. It really should resonate with a lot of people. You are an amazing person. You are special in many different ways. You care about investors. You care about people to rely on you for some great objective advice around their real estate investing goals. So thank you so much for sharing my vision, my message, and my inspiration. So So as we concluding this video, I don't know what to say. I can only I can't, you and I, Marine, cannot force a horse to drink. We can only lead you to a well. The rest is up to you. You guys out there
Yeah.
listening to our video. So again, it's just yeah, you need to take control of your financial life and focus on the positive aspects of your finances and overcome all those noise out there and take action, become courageous, fearless, commit to your goals, and just invest over time, and your financial future will be set if you apply this great behavioral steps. So, with that said,
And you can do it, and we believe in you.
absolutely, yep. Let's get on the journey together. Thank you so much, Maureen McCann from Spartan Invest. My name is Wing Yi. Have a nice, blessed day. Goodbye. Good luck, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.